Good afternoon. It's July 24th, 2023, and today we just had a range day. On the daily chart, looks like a nice bullish bar, but for us, it's just a range day. We really were in this flat uptrend channel, but I don't think it would have helped you, and I really don't think you would have been able to found it till after 12 o'clock. So I'm going to delete that. Um, and you really just had to play it like a range today. So um, you probably could have been done for the day right at market open. We had a really nice failure, and it should have got you a runner. So we'll take a look at these trades real quick. So there's a couple ways you could have found this measure move. You could have just measured the mid line to the highs and dragged it up, but it's either way you do it, it's almost a perfect measure move. You can see that. So in this uptrend, we get a break. I think 5 o'clock comes right when you form this doji. Or it could have been right here when we bounce off the midline. But anyway, you get a first entry, failed second entry short. I really like that setup because we didn't have a new high from this channel. So I really felt pretty confident in that. And you can see we get a couple of legs up, and then we just start going sideways. So I don't think you want to go long right here. I think that's risky. It didn't really have the we just hit that measure move, and it didn't really have the feel of a strong uptrend. So especially when you break through that EMA. So I don't think you want to go long. Nothing you want to go short on in here. We do form this channel down here, and you get a break, and you get this second entry short that's also like a double test. So I think this is probably an advanced entry because there's a lot of things you would have to see, and it's looking sideways. But I think you can take this, and I think it's a good entry. So you get two legs down to a new low, and then we reverse. I mean, it takes a minute. We go a little sideways at first, but we then reverse, and I don't see any trades you can take in here. I actually argued for this double test right here, but I think that's just too congested. You see, you have a doji, really three dojis right here. This is a big doji. Then you get this bar, which is an inside bar, and this is an inside bar as well. So I don't think you can take that. Goes higher. We form this range, which I really just drew from this leg of correction. Okay, I think I was talking about this range. So we break out, but I don't think you can take any of these dojis in here. And we're really just going sideways. There's a lot of support down here. But you're going right into the midline each time. I think early on, I would have the range drawn more like this. And that being the case, you could probably argue for this one. 5 ticks. It's just that there's probably only 4 ticks to the there's 3 ticks back to the midline, so it's not a great setup. So anyway, I'm probably just going to leave the range like that because that looks pretty accurate. We break out, fail, come back in, and then you get this bounce. And because we've broken out to the high side twice, you start to think maybe the range is actually a little larger in the end, I don't think it is. I think it's better like this. So maybe you take that. It's like a hidden second entry as well. You can see plenty of people liked it. Goes, hits that measured move, fails. And shoot, I mean, there's a double test right there on a 4-tick bar. But it wouldn't have even triggered. So, I mean, I don't think you can take that. It's tempting, though. So, yeah, it fails. I don't think you want to take this bearish bar, but it probably trapped a lot of people. So when this bullish bar occurs with a lot of support down there, a lot of people probably jumped in. Eventually, that gets you a scalp. We come back up here. Not a convincing break right here, but this one was really tempting. And that takes you back to the EMA, but then it goes a little higher. So now we have a clear break and move to a new high, and you get this super bearish bar, which is tempting, but it's just the first entry. So I think the better entry would be right here when we bounce and you make this lower high, another very bearish bar. I think that's a better entry. More of this stuff. We do get a channel up here, and you can see this failed second entry short that traps a bunch of longs, and it comes back to the trend channel and bounces and goes higher. And we get an overshoot that leads to a break. And really, you know what, this one's actually, I really like that one. I didn't think about that when I was marking up the chart, but given the context, this is a range. Even though the bias is up, we have an overshoot of this channel, and we just made a super bearish bar off the lower high, and I think 89.50. Enough room back to the EMA for a scalp. Yeah, I think that's a good one. Failure happens right here, but you're above the EMA. Then you get this lower high, and really that's just a lower high. It's not anything. It just looks pretty good. That's all there is to that one. So yeah, we come down here, find support again in this range, bounce. You get a first entry, second entry short. Maybe you take that. It looks a little congested. We just made a new high, so it's not a great trade. And then you get a failed second entry long right here. So maybe you take that one, but you're going back into the range. So, you know, this one actually looks pretty tempting too. 3 ticks. I got to mark that one because the way I see it is like you have this channel down, break, move to a new low, far from the EMA. We've been flip-flopping all day, 3 ticks. And that's really all I saw today. So not the greatest trading day. Hope everyone had a good one. I'll be back tomorrow.